Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of vlogs, motherhood videos, but I also talk a little bit about our personal finances. One of the things that I like to do is share our budget with you, so that's what I'm going to do with you today. I'm going to share what we spent in November. There's a couple of things that I'm like very proud of myself about, and you probably will be too if you've watched my videos. And there's a couple of things that stressed me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like not in the best mood today, and I think it all started from like doing my budget this morning and realizing just how much stuff is, and like I don't know, I just feel like Black Friday used to be like a whole different thing, and I waited to buy a bunch of baby stuff and a bunch of like, I don't know, makeup, things like that that I needed. The deals were crap. A lot of this stuff wasn't even on sale that I needed. It just stressed me out. You know, I thought that I had plenty of money like set aside. Apparently I didn't, and I'm just feeling overwhelmed by like how much the holidays are in general. And granted, there's like stuff that we don't need to spend on, but a lot of stuff I just like waited until Black Friday because I thought there would be better deals on stuff, and there just wasn't. Feeling a little bit frustrated about that, but in general I feel like the budget went pretty good. So let's take a look at what we spent in November. This is apparently my new filming spot when Ivy's on her nap. So let's get into it. Okay, so here is my budget for November. We'll talk about it. So the only thing that really happened, I guess this happened too, was Thanksgiving and Black Friday in my up and coming category. Over here, as far as income, we brought in about $1,000 extra. I would say more like $700 extra. So my income was a little bit higher because I got a YouTube payment. No, I didn't. I just like must have budgeted wrong at the beginning of the month. And then Ben's income was $600 more. That was money from his personal training that he does occasionally. So that just went directly into savings, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I also got like a couple of refunds, payment back from overpaying on utilities on our old house. And then I got a little bit of cash back on my credit card. And then I did move a little bit of savings over. I had put some of the cash that we got for the baby away in a different savings account, like separate from our normal savings account. So I moved that over. It was about $130 that I had in there. So I'll show you that. So our income actually ended up being about $10,446 this month. Why did our renter's insurance not come out? I'll have to ask Ben about that. Our rent was $2,700 per usual. All of these are the same. This one, I honestly think I just budget too much for that because occasionally he just has random apps come through that I'm not expecting. Ben hasn't been using his money because hasn't been pulling money over to his fantasy football stuff because he's won a little bit, but like a small amount of money. So he's just been keeping the money over there for himself. Internet was a little bit less this month because they overcharged us last month, and then our phone bills. This is all normal except for some reason apparently Notion went up this month, which is annoying to me because I already think it's overpriced at $20 a month. And then as you can see, I went way over budget on miscellaneous. I went to a lot of coffee shops this month because I had help at different times. There were a couple of like business things. I did a membership for CapCut. I did a filming light. I bought some stuff for TikTok shop that I could try to sell on the app, which I'm probably gonna stop doing unless I'm buying something for myself, which I wouldn't put, well, it is for myself, but like I wouldn't put it in my business expenses. But I think I'm gonna stop. Honestly, I haven't made any money with TikTok shop. I have made more money linking stuff in LTK from my other platforms like you guys and Instagram, and by more money I mean I think I've made $4, which is still great. I just don't think that it's paying off. So I'm gonna do TikTok shop if there's things that I'm sent for free that I want to talk about, or if there's something that I buy from TikTok shop that I actually use. Like for example, some of the makeup that I use is on there. Maternity leggings are already on there. Stuff like that I might promote because I already have the product, but I've just been like investing too much into it right now for me not to be making any money back. It's just not worth it at this moment in time. Definitely a heavy spend month for my business. However, I will say because it's the end of the year, I need to do the bulk of my spending now. So with your business, I'm not going to go into it because I'm not like super business savvy and I have like a very small freelance business. But basically, because my taxes aren't taken out of the money that I'm paid, I have to prepare for taxes. And one of the ways to like show less income is to write stuff off. However, you need to be honest about it. And like, you know, I write off the coffee shop that I go to because I'm using it as a workspace. It would be like if I went to a co-working space, I would write off that. But because I use like a public coffee shop, I write that off. Like if I get lights for filming or something for my camera or something for my phone or my computer that I use for work, then I can write that kind of stuff off. But if it's just, or like the TikTok shop stuff, because I was trying to use it to make money with my social media business, I technically can write some of that off, not all of it. When I'm doing, like for example, I have to buy, or I did buy an iPad and I got like an older one. My computer has been having a ton of issues, so it's been really hard to write on my laptop or do any editing or things like that for YouTube, social media, that kind of stuff. And plus, I think we'll talk about it in a different video, we might be getting a social media client to work with next year. I just need a more reliable mobile computer, and instead of buying like a whole new computer, I got an iPad. So like that I can write off technically because it will be used for work. So if that makes sense, but you also have to be like honest about it. You're not like, don't just write off getting your nails done or like clothes or whatever. Just like, it has to be for a reason. We spent $3,675.01, which was about $86 over budget, $87 over budget on fixed expenses this month. Moving on to debt, this is the same. We didn't pay anything additional. And then as far as this section, so a couple things. We went over budget on groceries. However, I didn't budget for Thanksgiving and we ended up cooking all of the food pretty much. Like Ben's sister brought over some quick stuff, and then Ben's dad brought over a little bit of turkey that he got for free from his job. Most of that was on us, and we bought a lot more food than we normally would have. So we were about $300 over budget on that this month. We were on budget for Costco. This, I would like you all to be proud of me. I truly don't remember the last time that I was even on budget in this category, and I was under budget. Okay, and most of that is, so I went a little crazy with the Dunkin' Donuts coffees at the beginning of the month. Honestly, I got so many of them. Like, look at how many times Dunkin' is checked over here. It's disgusting. I went to Qdoba once, and then Ben and I had a date night at Mego, which was like $80 of this $163 that I spent. I'm very proud of myself for being under budget for the first time in a really long time. This has been a category I just like impulse spend very easily, that and just like shopping. Sorry, my heat just kicked in. I can't turn it off because Ivy's room is really cold. Now, we were over budget on medication and supplements, and that is because of Ben. We're just struggling with supplements right now because he's doing a lot of stuff for what he's been going through. We were also over budget on household by a lot, $218. One of the things I will say, I did not budget for a rug, and we got a rug for upstairs, which was about $100 of that $200 that we were over budget on. I got diapers, I got like a couple of nightgowns, I got a belly band that I wasn't able to send back. I did put Carter's for Ivy in Target baby stuff, so Ivy didn't have like anything for winter. She didn't have snow pants, she didn't have mittens, she didn't have anything like that. So I spent like $90 at Carter's during their Black Friday sale and got her a bunch of stuff. And then Target baby stuff, I had to get baby a bunch of stuff. I was hoping that it would have been more on sale for Black Friday, but it really wasn't. So it ended up being like $216, and I only had $133 in savings. So about $100 of that was also on us. So that kind of makes sense why we were so over budget. We also had to do like a restock on our Who Gives a Crap, which is toilet paper, paper towel, that kind of stuff, which is slightly expensive because we buy a sustainable brand. Home Depot bags for the leaves, this blanket from Costco, which I didn't count in our Costco budget because that budget is more for like food instead of like extra. We did go over budget on that one this month, which we try to be better with, but that's just what happened. We're a little under budget on beauty, and that is because I randomly had like a gift card or like a gift, I don't know, like I had signed up for some sort of program for where I get my nails done, and I got $20 off, which I was not expecting. My nails were much less expensive than I thought they were gonna be. Personal spending, we were under budget. I bought myself a shirt, Old Navy, for Ben and Ivy. Now, this is hard, like household and personal spending, I feel like could just go together. I kind of struggle with that one because obviously I put like clothes and stuff in this one. I think of this as stuff that we more like need. I don't know, I'm struggling with these two categories. I might just combine them at some point and just have household as like everything put together. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below. We're a little over budget on doctors, and that is because I had to cancel my therapy appointment last minute. I totally understand getting charged a late fee. I think it's dumb, but I understand why they have to do it because whatever. It was $115. So since my therapy in general is usually only $25 copay, I was not expecting that big of a cancellation fee. So I'm like a little annoyed about that. I actually might cancel my therapy for a while just because my therapist is also pregnant. She's due like right before I am, and I'm just like struggling making my appointments because I have a very small window of time where I have help right now, and I have to work during that. I have therapy, I have appointments, and now that I'm going to the doctor like at least once every other week, and soon it'll be more than that, I just am not having enough time to get done with my stuff. So I might just cancel it because I'm feeling a little annoyed about it anyway. I like therapy and I will definitely go back, but I think I just might take a break for a while. Utilities, interesting. We had nothing come through for utilities. That's weird. I'm not really sure about this one. Car, we only spent $36.46, it looks like. And then Cora and Finn, we were a little over budget because Cora had to go to the vet. So that was $229 for an ear infection and who the heck knows what else. And then $50 for miscellaneous. I got a gift card for my friend for, she just had a baby, so I got her gift card. We spent $4,265.53, which was about $265 over budget. Now moving on to this area, I was really hoping that we would be under budget, but that's kind of where my like complaining at the beginning of the video came in. I just thought that there were going to be better deals on stuff, and I think I just didn't think about how much some of this stuff was. I got a lot of stuff for Black Friday, but it was all stuff that I was waiting to buy, so it wasn't like anything really off the list of what we needed. So I think I just like wasn't expecting how much it would be, and I was expecting better deals than they were. So I did buy a bassinet, which is a part of this, but you can see here that I just like zeroed it out because I had that money saved in the account from, or I had used like gift cards for that. This is, I got a gift for Elizabeth, which was like $46 for Christmas, and then I spent like $480. I spent more than that, but the one credit card payment that's come through so far from Black Friday was $481.30, and that was for, again, like baby stuff that I waited on, lotion, makeup, a couple of Christmas gifts for Ivy, a couple of Christmas gifts for Ben. But these were just things that was like $70 here, $40 here, $30 plus shipping here, and it just like all added up and became way more money than I was anticipating. So that kind of sucks because I did want to not use that whole budget. As far as savings, we did put more away than anticipated. However, that is the money that we got from Ben's personal training business, so I just directly put that into savings. So I'm still proud of that. So we spent about $11.27 on this category. That means that we spent $10,058.92 this month. The only reason I didn't zero out this budget and put this money into savings is because I actually rolled it over this month. Now, I don't do this often. I try to put any money that we have at the end of the month back into savings. Since I know what's already on our credit cards, Ben has not bought me anything for Christmas yet. We have not bought anybody else anything for Christmas yet. I'm feeling very stressed about this stuff. I just put this into our budget for next month so that we have money to spend for that kind of stuff. And it kind of sucks, but we did put away like $1,100 last month into savings, so I feel pretty good about that. I think I'm just feeling stressed in general with money because I think Ben and I have decided that I'm gonna take maternity leave starting at the end of December, because I'm pretty sure the business that I work for is closed like the week between Christmas and New Year's anyway, so I'm not gonna get any vlogs. I also don't want to work because Ben will have that time off, and then when I come back in January, I'm gonna be like at the end of my pregnancy, which is just, last time I took off the whole month before Ivy was due, and I think it's just, if I have the ability to do that, it's worth it, because just like mentally I'm totally out of it, and today is a day where that's proven true. Now the problem is money. Moving back to Illinois been really hard on our budget. There's obviously things that we could do differently, but because like my income has gone down since we've moved back, Ben's insurance prices are going up in January, and we're losing that business payment in January. Losing my income for a couple months at the beginning of the year means that we're most likely going to have to use savings for normal expenses, which we have not had to do in years, and I do not want to do it. I think that that's what we decided that we're going to have to do. There is an opportunity that we're talking to somebody about for helping with their social media, which could bring in some income for us. I'm not really sure how much that's going to be, when that's going to be, if it's going to go through, if it's going to be after baby or what. Yeah, I'm grateful that we have savings and that we can dip into it a little bit more. We'll obviously be on a much stricter budget next year, but this is like a big thing when people are like, oh, how could you ever leave family? Because family lives in an expensive place to live. We spend $3,000 renting a house here, and I understand we have dogs, but we have we're gonna have 2 kids. We have 2 dogs. My husband works from home full time. My kids don't go to daycare, and they won't because A, we can't afford it, and B, I don't want them to currently, but we couldn't afford it even if I wanted to. It's just a lot, and it feels like we're paying I love the house that we live in, but it feels like we're paying so much to live somewhere that we don't even want to live. And having family help is helpful. If the help that I'm getting, I can't even get my work done because it's not enough time, and that's even before we have a second baby, which is going to be even more time and more energy. I don't know. As you can tell, I'm feeling a little bit stretched by money. I'm trying to be grateful for where we're at, grateful that we do have money to buy some gifts this year, and we're just gonna have to be careful with what we buy. That is how November's budget went. I actually am very proud of myself for being better with my impulse spending, things like that, but there's obviously some room for growth. Wait until you see January's budget, because thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video.